If I lost everything, how would I make 10K a month from home with a new online business that I started today? When I started my first online business in 2016, I took it to over 10K in sales per month in just 10 months. I took it to almost 30K a month in month 11 in the same year when I started. I get this question all the time, and in this video I'm going to break down how to do it without experience, without testimonials, without any reputation, and I will also let you know which online business model I would pick if I was you. So if you stay until the end of this video, you will know exactly what to do, what business model to start, how to do it. And by the way, if this content is helpful to you, subscribe to the channel and drop me a quick like. Now let's get started. Of course, in your situation, you don't have experience. Maybe you're working a job, you have let's say a regular profession, maybe you studied, you went to university. So maybe when it comes to marketing, sales, client outreach, and starting an online business, you have no clue what to do, right? Now let me tell you, none of that matters, because there's only one thing that keeps you from signing your first client. Before we go there though, let's talk about the business model that I would pick if I was you. As you probably know, if you've done some research, there are so many ways of making money online. You can do affiliate marketing, you can run an e-commerce store, a drop shipping, a strategy that you can use where you drop ship stuff from China or somewhere else in the world to Western countries and sell it for a profit. None of that I would do if I was you, and here's the simple reason why. You will need a lot of clients and selling low ticket items, which is going to be so much harder than if you were to just focus on getting a few clients, but they pay you a high ticket amount up front. So what I want you to do is to focus on the models where I can charge a high ticket fee. I can charge somewhere between 1,500 to even 5,000 US dollars per month in the ideal case. And in order to do that, what I would focus on if I was you was marketing in the business to business B2B space. So what I would do if I was you is I would target businesses. I would pick an industry, I would pick a niche where you either already have a background in, maybe even an industry that you're already working on, or at least an industry that you find interesting. So to give you some examples, some of the clients that I have worked with in the past were gyms, fitness centers, but also architecture or construction companies. I have an entire video on this channel, by the way. It just breaks down the top 25 niches for the next year, 2024. The reason why we want to work with businesses is just that businesses have a lot of cash flow. They have a lot of money, usually make somewhere between 6 to 7 figures, even 8 figures easily, so a couple of million. For them, it's going to be very feasible to pay somebody like you for a simple marketing service and pay you somewhere in the 4 digits already, so like multiple thousands a month. Now that being said, the main question you might have is, hey, I have no experience, no reputation, no testimonials. Why would somebody work with me? And let me tell you why this doesn't matter. The reason it doesn't matter is the only thing that keeps you from signing your first client is convincing someone that you can help them. And by that, I mean you don't have to sell someone, but you just have to make them aware of a problem in their existing business that you can help them fix. And the two easiest ways to do that is to find out, first of all, do they have a functioning website or a broken website, or maybe even no website at all in this day and age where every business should have a website, right? But secondly, and this is actually more important, are they running any ads online? Are they running ads on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever they should be running ads? Are they doing it or not? So if I was you, I would do some research on a niche that you like, an industry that you like, or you can see yourself working in, right? Do some research on what kind of ad they should run. Do a simple Google search, like type in online ads for industry. What I did, for example, when I signed my first client in the gym and fitness center industry in that niche, was to Google exactly that. I went to actually YouTube right here. I just typed in fitness center Facebook ad. And that's it. I watched some tutorials, and that's how I learned how to do the service delivery, which I'm going to also explain to you here in this video, how to do it. Should you learn to do this on your own, or should you hire someone? I will explain all of that to you right here in a second. Before we go there, let me tell you that the marketing industry has a growth projection of multiple billions, something like 224 billion in the next 4 to 7 years. So that means there is significant growth in this industry in the next coming years for you and anybody else who is a beginner to step in and build their own marketing service business from home. Now let's say you found your first client. By the way, how to do that? You can just use email and find the email of the owner. You can use a tool that I have linked for you here in the description. It's called Hunter, but it's one of just many tools that you can use for free to find emails on websites. And that way you can find the owner, contact the owner, let them know that their competition is actually running ads and they are not, and ask them why that is the case. And you could be helping them potentially fix that, and you would charge less than any established agency that has a real studio in your town, your city, for example, would. So how should you handle the service delivery? Should you become an expert at everything? Should you become an expert at sales, at client acquisition, at customer service? Should you just learn how to be a marketing expert and deliver all these services on your own? My advice is clearly you should not do that. There's a very simple reason why. The reason is that if you do everything on your own, it will take you ages to, master all these skills and become great at all these skills. If you start working on a service delivery on your own, then you will work in your business instead of on your business. What we want you to do though, in order to scale fast and grow very fast, is of course to work on your business and not in your business. So for somebody to come in and work in your business, what you should do instead is you should go and hire a contractor, somebody that you can just hire on a job and kind of like campaign basis on a place like Upwork or Fiverr, where it's just going to be very easy for you to find somebody qualified who already has a history of, getting excellent reviews on the platform. Hire that person for a tiny fraction of the monthly retainer that you are paid by your client. And by the way, if you're wondering, hey man, maybe in my country, it's not very common to pay somebody up front. Usually you work for somebody for free for some time and then you get paid. There are two ways to conquer that and change that. Number one, if you live in a country that's not one of the richest in the world, let's say the top 15 most wealthiest countries, like, of course, USA, Canada, and most places in Europe. If that's not the case for you, I would simply go and target business owners in these countries, because it's going to be the most profitable for you anyway to do that as well. Now, that being said, even if it's the case that in your specific situation, the potential client is telling you, hey man, you can get started doing this, but I will only pay you once I see results. You can let them know that you're charging a so-called onboarding fee, which is just a small fee that you charge up front, because you let them know the most work is to get your setup ready to start working with them. That's the time when you have to invest most of the not only creative energy, but also, time, focus, and so on. And for that reason, you're charging a tiny onboarding fee, which again is usually just a fraction of the entire cost. So let's say, as an example, you're charging $2,000 a month. Your onboarding fee can be something like 25%, so like $500. And these $500 would now allow you to hire somebody even on day one to take over the service delivery for you. So that means you are still not in the red. You haven't really spent any money to start this business. You're taking that onboarding fee and you're paying your first team member from that onboarding fee, all right? And that person usually has to be qualified to be a so-called media buyer if you are selling any marketing service. Somebody who is highly skilled at running what I just told you, Google ads, Instagram ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, YouTube ads, whatever it is in your specific case, it's going to make sense to offer to your particular potential client in your niche, right? Now here's a quick breakdown of how you can get that particular business model to make it more than $10,000 a month and how it works in the actual numbers. Of course, if you look on a sheet of paper and you write this down, you break down $10,000 into how many clients you would actually need to get there, right? You could either say that you get 4 clients at $2,500 a month, or you get 5 clients at $2,000 a month. Now keep in mind, these are just examples. It could be different in your part of the world, whatever industry that you're targeting. You could be charging more, you could be charging less. For me, I can tell you, over here I'm living in Switzerland right now as of recording this video. I can easily charge a business here about $3,000 to $4,000 a month, but it does also largely depend on the country we're talking about, on the industry that we're talking about. However, you must also be wondering, let's say I charge $2,000 a month, right? That means I will have to get 5 clients to make it to $10,000 a month in revenue. Just in sales, that's not my profit, right? While that is correct, hiring somebody full-time to take over your first 5, 6, 7 clients is not going to cost you that much. So at the end of the day, you're still going to walk away with roughly 70 to 90% in profit of the total amount of sales that you make. So that means what I would suggest to you is to get 5 to 6 clients. And if you get 6 clients at that number that we just calculated, that means getting 6 clients at $2,000 a month, you would end up making $12,000 a month with your business. So if we take that example, you get 6 clients at $2,000 a month, that means you're going to make $12,000 a month in sales. And from that $12,000 a month, you can take less than $2,000 a month to find somebody, like I said, on a platform like Upwork and Fiverr, who is highly qualified, and even hire them full-time to take over the service delivery for all of your clients. But again, the exact number, how much you charge, how many clients you get, that is going to vary based on country, based on industry. It could be looking different for you than it looks for me, or also, for example, for one of my coaching students, Thomas, for example, who signed over 7 clients in the first 3 months and made somewhere between 9,000 to 10,000 euro a month in profit, which, by the way, right now is pretty much the same as it is in US dollars.
I can earn like 500 euros in one day, sometimes a little bit longer, but it's really nice earning quite a lot, so I'm happy about that.
2 more things before I let you go. Number 1, I linked a few helpful tools for you right here in the description that you can use to get started. All of these are, by the way, free. So I linked that tool that I mentioned to look up business emails on websites in order for you to easily find the business owner directly. And number 2, I have a lot more videos about this exact topic right here on this channel, where I talk about the best niches that you should check out, but also where I talk about what specific outreach method you should use, and so on and so on and so on. And there will be a lot more videos about that exact topic right here on this channel. Now, that being said, drop your questions in the comments, make sure to subscribe. I'm happy to help, and I will see you in the next video.